Welcome to the former murder capital of the world. That's right, we have made it to San Salvador, El Salvador, a country which has seen drastic changes in the last couple of years since the election of Nayib Bukele in 2015. You can see there's a lot going on here in the main square. They're renovating the presidential palace. There's a lot of streets being built. A lot of rejuvenation is going into this country, which is good. It's very, very positive. It feels safe, it feels clean. You can definitely see the difference, see the work that the president has put into this country. It has gone from having the highest murder rate to having the highest incarceration rate and being called the safest country in the Western Hemisphere. And that is what we're going to see and prove today.
I want to show you guys something. Look at this man on the horse with these 3D bronze art thingies on the side. Where have you seen this before? Because it looks very similar to that one statue in Milan that was vandalized when we were there, remember? The one in front of the cathedral as well. It looks actually like astonishingly similar.
You guys can check it out in McBob's Italy video. Oh wait.
Would you look at that? We bought just over a pound of beef. We have 2 beef patties, an avocado, 2 turnips, and tomato, olive oil, salt, pepper, and carta blanca.
While I was preparing this glorious food, McBob was taking a nap. And now he's awoken. And look how good everything is for him.
Remember everyone, if you fundamentally believe that the best thing for a country is deception and lies, vote Mateus. Everyone vote Mateus. Ah, you won't have a choice.
So we just stopped by to get some authentic Salvadorian food. And we got pupusas. I got pupusas with pollo, pescado, and jalapeno. Jalapeno, fish, and chicken.
Oh, get the mic every minute of every hour. Can someone tell me how that looks like a pig snout?
Today we took a little day trip to El Tunco beach, which is the most famous spot in El Salvador. It's probably the most touristy spot, known for his waves. We rented some surfboards for $15 a day, and we surfed for maybe an hour. Quite shit at it, and the waves they don't look as big right now, but they were quite huge earlier in the day. I got yelled at by the lifeguards maybe 4 times because I was getting too close to the big rock here. Cool, it's cool. We bought some shirts, we had some food. Probably the first time on a trip where we sat down in a restaurant and ate food, had some beer. But the vibes are exquisite. And this is El Tunco, which means the pig. Apparently that is supposed to look like a pig, but I really don't see it.
Our beach, which is not quite...
Lovely. Me gusta El Salvador.
O, nie pokazuj, nie pokazuj, nie pokazuj.
Hello everyone. We made it to the town of Suchitoto last night in the western parts of San Salvador, close to the border with Honduras. We've gone on a little stroll to this Cascada Los Terchos, but there is no cascada as it is still the dry season. But there's these very cool looking basalt rock columns. We're still looking for the famous Oso Perezoso, which has been hiding from us since Costa Rica.
All we could see was the beautiful depiction and eyelash's photo, which was 16 pixels by 32. When I am on your shoulders, you raise me up to more than I can be. Bunch of little chairs. They're all facing behind me. Why are they doing that? Why are they facing behind me?
On our way back from the little hike to the waterfall, we made it to this beautiful little viewpoint of this man-made lake, which was the result of the creation of a dam. I wonder if there were like little towns in the flatlands here before they decided to flood it. But all in all, so far, El Salvador has been amazing. Like the food it's very cheap, and I think you get better food, like it's a better bang for your buck than in Nicaragua. Even the store, like you can see that the country itself is definitely more wealthy. I'm talking to the camera. El Salvador is definitely more wealthy than Nicaragua. Like the grocery stores are fuller. There's more options on the shelves, and the buses are very cheap too. It's a little chaotic, but you can get anywhere you want on a bus here. You just gotta be able to find it. And it's a lot cheaper. Like in Costa Rica, we were paying $4 or $5 for like short little bus rides. And here we're paying like 50, 75 cents. It's definitely more budget friendly. It's very safe. I feel fantastic everywhere. We're walking in like this little town in the civilization in English.
Town? Village?
In the village. And I would imagine that a couple years ago, it would not be very safe to walk in these little villages, as they were probably riddled with criminals and
Cartels.
and gang members who are now locked up.
Kolego, ty pijesz piwo dziennie przynajmniej, jak nie 2 albo 3. Będziesz gruby alkoholik, żebyś to mamy problem.
So we were wandering the streets of Suchitoto in search of some rooster drink I was lucky enough to find, and then we sat down here on the side of the little street where this cute little lady has set up. Let me see if I can zoom in. I can't zoom in. Has set up a little cart with a grill, and she's making pupusas for 75 cents a piece. Jak tam, Mac Bob?
Everything is awesome. I'm enjoying the weather, very nice.
What's your
I'm
rooster
thinking
drink?
lots about the future. I already had one today, and so did Mateusz, but I decided to come back, cut back on the roosters and commit my liver solely to vodka. Except Mateusz seems to be opposed to this plan, and he insists on drinking this piss for $1 a can. It tastes like carbonated water with a little bit of yeast.
Here's my reasoning. I'm in El Salvador for the first time in my life, and as a tourist, I would like to experience the true
Guatemalan
Salvadoran way of living.
Guatemalan
Whereas
beer.
McBob is interested in going
Yes.
to a liquor store and buying Smirnoff in a bottle and drinking Smirnoff. Whereas I would like to buy Gallo cerveza,
Guatemalan beer.
famosa desde
Okay, so
1896. Tradición y orgullo de Guatemala.
So a Guatemalan beer that he already has tried and has drinking every single day since we've landed in here.
You know that's a lie.
It's not even El Salvadorian. It's not El Salvadorian.
We had breaks in El Salvador.
Today we decided to already have a pilsner that is made locally in El Salvador. It tastes even worse than the Gallo, but it is local, and we already had that. But he decided to go for the Gallo, and which is okay. I'm not saying it's bad. I have my flaws as well, but he insists that his way of thinking is morally superior. I'm Polish. I am from the land of the Slovaks. And
Slovaks?
The Slavs. The land of the
I'm
Slavs.
not cutting that out.
Slovak lands.
Slovak lands.
We come from the Slovaks.
Tak?
Tak.
Coś ci się zjebało. Słowian.
Slovians. Anyway, as a Slav, I would like to drink something stronger that doesn't taste like carbonated water. Nothing wrong with carbonated water. It's just that. Why? It's carbonated water that has 200 calories at least. Why not have vodka or local vodka that's made of cane sugar? It's awesome. But no, I thought she was insisting on drinking this.
When you come back from a grueling hike to a waterfall and you sit down at a small little local, hard to call it a restaurant, more like an eatery.
Hamburger
And
stand.
they serve
You have a beer, a pilsner.
Right.
Right? So we already came back, we already sat down and ate
Yep.
and had a pilsner that is
Yep.
made locally.
Yep.
That was and we went 2 hours
Phenomenal.
back.
That was a
Yeah.
phenomenal experience.
Yeah. So now you have to recreate it with a Guatemalan beer.
Right.
Okay, but don't say that
So-
this is like the local way of doing it. No one else is drinking what is this, half liter? A half liter beer with pupusas every night.
So what Maciek would have
Or
done,
twice a day, or
is-
3 times.
were we to buy the bottle of Smirnoff, we would have sat down here in front of this lovely lady making her pupusas on the street with a bottle of vodka on the table. And what? I assume we would be drinking out of
Okay,
the...
it wasn't vodka. It was 30% and it was infused with watermelon
See,
and mint.
I don't know if you ever went
And
to
it
like
looked very
high
cool.
school parties,
And I also
but those are the
didn't-
types of things that girls drink. They would have their little sour pusses in the back of their pockets.
Except it's not.
And
It's
they
not
would
a
drink
cooler.
their like little...
It's not a cooler.
It's just
It's
like
an
it's
infused
it's
liquor.
infused liquor.
Yes.
Polaczki
And I
nie
thought
piją
we could
taki.
stick it in the fridge and then have a good manly talk while having a real Slav drink. Vodka.
So, here's my proposition. I will drink my Gallo piss, and then I will eat my pupusas. And if Maciek is willing to buy a bottle of Smirnoff and have a lovely man talk with me, no problem.
Fucking man talk for you. No.
So these are the little pupusas we bought. They're with frijoles and queso, beans and rice. And I think they're...
This is rice.
Queso is beans and cheese. So we're just about ready to leave the town of Suchitoto. We have a very long, grueling journey to get to Huayua today in Ruta de las Flores. We have to go back to San Salvador and then figure out a bus there. We really like this town. It was great. It's very like calm and peaceful. Not a lot of tourists, just locals. Very clean. It's kind of like a Granada of Nicaragua, but a lot cleaner and safer, I would say. Alrighty, we've made it to Ruta de las Flores in western El Salvador. It's a link of 5 quaint towns, pretty much make their living off of the coffee industry. There's a lot of coffee plantations here. This is where most of El Salvador's coffee comes from. Not a lot of tourists. It's very, very quiet in this town. It doesn't really feel like they're tourist towns, which is cool. It kind of feels like you're just exploring the local life. But other than that, we've just been scooting around, kind of exploring and just chilling. It's very beautiful here. It's a little bit cooler than in San Salvador and in Suchitoto. Like when I was on the scooter with Maciej, it was kind of chilly, so I snuggled him a little bit to warm up. There's a lot of like construction happening everywhere, so you can really feel that this country is on its way up. All because of this guy, Presidente Nayib Bukele. I think he's doing a great job. Might be ignorant because I don't follow Salvadoran politics as much, but from what I've seen, it looks fantastic. Obviously, I don't know what it was before he was president, but I've heard it was a lot worse.
And the way we did find, so that's awesome. I thought she was just filming us, but it's pretty awesome. We were in that church over there.
Zrobimy sobie selfie. Creeper. Hello, autism.
Wow, baby. Patrz, tam jeszcze wrogu się śmieje się.
Ba. Ba. Ba.
O, tam jest taki dzik. To żyje w ogóle? A żyje. Żyje. Patrz, jaki fajny. O. Chodź tu. Mhm. Coś ty zrobił. No jak ty teraz stąd wyjdziesz? No halo. Odezwij się, daj głos. Nie,
Zdryźwij się, już kamerę się. O, bliżej to.
Ba! Nie wiem, coś ci czuje, ale... Ba! Co nie? Jesteś.
Me.
The last day here in El Salvador, we've stopped at the local food market in Huayua, which happens every weekend. We've got these little meals. I have some pork, some sausages, some vegetables. Machik has some sort of beef. And we bought these fermented juice drinks. Looks like this. And there's definitely like a percentage of alcohol in it.
Like a good percentage, like a wine.
Like if you swallow it with the back of your throat, it kind of hits you. Machi's scared to drive back.
I would have meant you going down there. ¿Ahí voy a entrar?